What up, interwebs? This is Joe X here today. Sorry in advance if I'm yawning at all tonight. I'm extremely tired. It's like 4 in the morning. I just got home from running a bunch of errands and whatnot, so I'm extremely tired. So this video is for Jim at ProwoodFingerboards.com. I don't have his number, so I can't just call him up and discuss this stuff with him. And I don't want to blow his email box up a lot. I've been doing that a lot with some graphics I'm trying to design for him and whatnot. So I'm trying to stay away from that right now, so I'm just going to make a video. I sent him an email with the newest graphic design I threw into him, with the description saying I'm going to do this video, blah, 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 blah. Check it out, get back at me, let me know what's going on. So anyway, if anybody doesn't know, Jim owns Prowood Fingerboards, and he's awesome. He's great customer support, great everything. I mean, his products are off the hook. Check out ProwoodFingerboards.com. Get you a product today. So I had to put that plug in there. I don't even know why. Jim was having some problems with my Pro trucks a while back, and Jim got at me and sent me a baggie of different truck parts and some stuff, and told me to fiddle with it all, different grips and whatnot, to come up with the best possible riding setup, or whatever, your fingerboard setup, in my opinion at least. And I think I've done that. So this is kind of that with some other things. In the meantime, between that though, I did buy some of the new speedster wheels from Prowood, and I bought a new venti deck. The venti deck is a lot longer than one of the regular decks, as you can see here. Well, maybe you can't see here, but this one pretty much will fit on top of this one if I stand them up side by side. You can see it there. I love the length of this deck. The length of the venti deck is amazing. I think I like it in the 30 millimeter. This is a 30 millimeter. I think if it came in a 29, it would be a little bit too small for the width. It would be more like a tech deck type of feel, lengthwise and thinness. So I like the 30 millimeter wide. I like the length. I don't like the kicks though. The kicks remind me a lot of the classic kicks on the classic boards. So if you have a classic board, you kind of you're going to know what the kicks are like. Not too steep, not too high. The concaves are almost identical in my opinion. I really like the extreme model deck a lot. The kicks and the concave are really good, but I'd like to see them in this longer board version. So I think you should take the extreme mold kicks, make the kicks a little bit steeper, give us a super extreme kick, just a tad bit steeper, just a little bit steeper on the kicks, a little bit more defined, deeper concave, but in this length. So Jim, that's what I want to see. You make a deck this long with some extreme mold kicks, a little bit steeper, a little bit higher kicks, a little bit deeper concave. I'll buy 30 of them right off the bat, because I'll skate them every day till I break them out. I mean, that would be my preferred setup. I think that would be awesome. Another thing I'd like to see is this right here. Is something another brand does. This is Affliction Fingerboards. They do this on the top of their decks. I know the grip on this is destroyed, but they do this on the top of their decks. They put these they put a little logo on the deck on the top of it for where your tear mark's going to be. I think that Prowood should do that instead of making me rock a standard little line on my decks here. Be able to rock a little Prowood in there, put Prowood, or put a little tribal design, or a little ninja star flying across, or a beaver. I don't care. Taco, it don't matter. I think that'd be really sweet to see happen. I think it'd be really easy for Jim and them to throw that on there real fast. And I think it'd just be really cool. A little bit of extra steezery there for us fingerboarders, and that'd be awesome. So I'd like to see that happen as well. He sent me the new Ultra tape, and I reviewed it, and it was pretty sweet. I still like, I don't know, I think the super thin, probably the best, maybe. I don't know, I haven't got to play with the Ultra enough to mess with it, enough to give you guys a great opinion. But anyway, Jim sent me all these tools, parts out. And one of the things he sent out was kingpins. Right here. He sent me these kingpins. He said he doesn't use them anymore because they want to strip out. And I actually have one sitting right here, and it's just your standard little kingpin screw. I'll drop it there. They're kind of little and whatnot. He said that they don't use them anymore because they tend to strip out. And there it is. Just a real little kingpin, little hole there. And all you do is when you get your Pro trucks, they only come, with the standard little bolt. take a pair of pliers, pop it out, you know, wrap your truck all over your kingpin, and then, you know, screw it down into the hole. I haven't had any problems, any of them stripping out at all, except for if I was constantly loosening, tightening, loosening, tightening, loosening, tightening, it wanted to start to wear out, and that was an issue. But I think that if you aren't constantly fiddling with it and you get a setting, you know, setting you like, it doesn't seem to loosen at all or tighten, so there's no reason to modify it. So I think once you get your trucks to where you like them, it works great. I think if you're 8 years old, and no offense to 8-year-olds, but you're constantly fiddling with your stuff, you know, that might affect that as well. Now, one thing that did not work with the kingpins is the small washers on the bushing kits. I tried a couple of other brands as well on their small washers, and none of them would work at all, even like any of them. So I had to throw the big washers, if you can see here. I had to throw the big washers on the top. So it's kingpin, big washer, small bushing, truck, big bushing, another big washer. And what I found is I really like this setup because it doesn't blow out your bushings. A lot of the times if you have a small bushing on, or a small nut on the top, if you're not using, now if you're using the bolt, it looks great. It's fantastic. It runs really good. I know my quality sucks, but if you're using the bolt, no problems there. But if you're using an actual kingpin, this is an affliction deck. But if you're using an actual kingpin, it blows out a little bit here. I don't know if you can see how it's kind of blown out. That's with the kingpins if you're using the small bolt. And what I did with that small one, the small washer, was I kind of took a little round file and I went in there and rubbed it down to where I could fit the bolt through it, and it blew out my bushings. So I noticed when I used the big one, it wanted to blow out my bushings. So I think I like riding that way a lot better. And you really don't have to file it down, but I prefer to get my file out and file part of the bushing or part of the washer down a little bit, just on the inside edge. And I have no problems with it. So I like the kingpins, Jim. I think you guys should do a little bit more testing with them, I think, or maybe throw them in there as a side, or offer them for $1 more or something to people who really want the kingpins, because I prefer them now. I don't think I'll ever go back to rocking the washers on anything, especially the wheels or because I don't want to lose my expensive bearing wheels. So as far as that goes, kingpins are sweet. One thing I noticed is I have to have a larger bushing, or a larger washer, on the top bushing, and it worked out fantastic. So no issues there. That was really the only issue, is it didn't want to fit in the smaller ones. So other than that, I think, well, I'll get into this real fast. Here's the new speedsters. They remind me a lot of the No Comply Roll 9s, except for a little bit smaller and a little bit square in shape, and not too much, but just a little bit more square. I have some Roll 9s right here, and as you can see, they're a little bit rounder on the edges, and they're a little bit bigger. So here's the Roll 9s, and then here's the speedsters. And I know this is a horrible comparison, and I'm sorry, but the speedsters are really sweet. They're real smooth, just like any other single bearing wheel. They also have them in dual bearings. I'm not sure if I like them more than my translucent green single bearings, though. I really like these a lot. I like the color to them. I think if they offered the speedsters in these colors, they would be off the charts, and I'd probably have a ton of these little mini speedsters everywhere. I think the speedsters also kind of give it more of that street, worn down type of look, and that's pretty sweet. So I think you guys should make these speedsters in different colors. Another suggestion I have is make these trucks in different colors. I love the Pro trucks. You know, the standard trucks you guys have are awesome and all, and I like the color trucks. But I like to see them in the Pros, man. Like the Pro trucks, I'm actually going to take a pair of mine and try to modify them into a pair of Pro trucks, and see how that works out. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I like to see them in some colors. Not even a whole bunch. Maybe just black, blue, green, red. Maybe just those 4 or whatever. I really like to see them in green, because that's my favorite color trucks. And graphics, obviously, as you can see, I got the green Affliction deck here. I got a green Venti. I got the green Pro wheel, the wheels. I got, well, that's the hookup deck, but a lot of green in it. A lot of green in my stuff. So hit up ProwoodFingerboards.com. Those are my suggestions, Jim. Check them out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to rock any of them. That'd be awesome. And remember, guys, have fun fingerboarding, and I'll see you guys later. So peace out.